Hello everybody, welcome to another Flashback video. Today we're taking a look at the Game Boy Color. Now I picked 10 fantastic games on this system, and the last one is really awesome. I consider it the best of the best, so stay tuned for that because you don't want to miss out on that game. So anyways, let's get this party started.
Number 1 on the list is Warlocked on the Game Boy Color.
Now here is a hidden gem on the Game Boy Color. This is Warlocked, a real-time strategy game released by Bit Studio in 2000. And this is a fantastic, really good game. It reminds me of two games. It reminds me of Command and Conquer and Warcraft. And it is really fantastic. It has great voices and it's pushing the hardware really hard for the Game Boy Color. And it is really fun. 24 missions. You can play one of two factions. You can play either as the beasts or the humans in this real-time strategy game. Really great game. There's also a link cable can be used so you can play two players, so it's fantastic. There's Fog of War, there's 24 missions, and 12 for both campaigns, and an overhead perspective. And like I said, if you played anything, if you played the old school PlayStation 1 Warcraft, or you played Command and Conquer, then you'll feel right at home because this is an awesome game, a hidden gem. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. I really liked it, and it took me by surprise. I knew nothing about it until my buddy gave me the cartridge one day and told me that this is a hidden gem and I must play it. And he was right. Awesome game, so check it out.
Did you guys hear about the number 2 game?
Now here's an awesome game, Shadowgate Classic, a remake, a kind of retelling of the original that was on the Nintendo NES. This is a point-and-click adventure where you're the king of the king of kings, and you must stop the evil Warlock in the Shadowgate. So you have to go through this dungeon or this castle and just destroy the evil Warlock. I've never beaten it. Gotten pretty far. They've improved quite a bit compared to the Nintendo NES version. It has a lot more colors, so the colors are better. Sprites are larger. They're improved and more colorful animation, so they've done a lot of stuff to it. The script has been changed a little bit, and hit the select button, it gives you a hint from time to time. Like I said, I've never beaten the game, but I really enjoy Shadowgate. It is really a great point-and-click adventure, and the Game Boy version is awesome. So definitely a must-play for anybody who enjoys point-and-click adventures, because this is a good one. And there's also a remake of it on the Nintendo Switch, I believe, and I have that also. So it's totally different than this version, but awesome game. Definitely, if you like point-and-click adventures, check it out.
The number 3 game is?
Here's another awesome game. This is Commando Elite Forces. Now it has quite a few changes compared to the other ones. Now this was developed by Nintendo, so the Redmond office. So this is one of their first games they did in 2000. Now the changes are that there is top-down, there is side-scrolling, there is still no jumping. You can still swing from side to side. There are bosses and arenas in some of the areas, so there are quite a few changes in this game. And it's a lot of fun. I really liked Commando Elite Forces. I like the changes they did, and there are some sniper missions. So they added a lot of little different things to this version. And very colorful sprites, very good storyline. You get to choose between a guy or a girl with no names, Elite Force, and pretty interesting. It kind of reminds me of a G.I. Joe, where as you see here, the Cobra Commander looking guy. So pretty awesome, definitely worth checking out.
We'll be right back.
This will be your only communication. Mission objective: destroy the Metal Gear.
Now if you like this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so it'll notify you when I post new videos.
The hot number 4 game of the week is?
Here's another awesome game. This is Battle Tanks, released in 2000 by Lucky Chicken Games. Now this game follows the storyline of the original release. It's a top-down shooter with an occasional of collecting elements. There are a total of 15 levels, and the game utilizes a password system. So there are 3 tanks that are playable through the game: the M1A1, the Moto tank, and the Goliath. Now the music uses the chiptune versions of tracks, presents the game's music for, like Global Assault, and I gotta say this game is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it so far. I haven't beaten it, but it is actually quite a bit of fun. I played the original on, I believe, Nintendo 64, I want to say. So this is really a fun version of it, and they did a good job what they had to work with. So definitely check out Battle Tanks on the Game Boy Color.
Number 5 is the way to thrive. Keeps you buzzing, alive.
Here's a great game, Blaster Master Enemy Below. Now you get to play one of 2 characters, which is Jason or Sophia, and it takes place after the first one, which was on original Nintendo NES. Sprites are big, beautiful, game looks great, and it's a Metroidvania run and gun game. A lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. If you haven't played it, you would really love this game. There are boss fights, and total fun game of searching, like a Metroidvania, searching and getting new weapons and power-ups and so on. You can get in and get out of your vehicle. There are tons of enemies, and the graphics, the music, everything is great. Now I really love this game. I really love the first one. I beat that on the Nintendo NES. Haven't beaten this one yet, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. And I suggest anyone who loves Metroidvanias, check this game out because you'll really like it.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, you and me.
Okay, so here is Metal Gear on the Game Boy Color. Yes, I'm saying Metal Gear on the Game Boy Color. An action stealth adventure. Fantastic game released in 2000 by Konami for the Game Boy Color. And this is fantastic. Takes place 7 years after the original, in a little alternate universe. I don't think it's part of the storyline technically, but pretty awesome for what they did for the pulling off the moves and things they put in here. All the like going up against the wall, stealthing, knocking on the wall to call the enemies over. They pulled off a lot of cool stuff for the limited hardware that they had, and to this day it's still a lot of fun. I haven't beaten it yet, but any Metal Gear fans out there will love this game because it is really, really good. So definitely, if you like Metal Gear, check it out.
Seven's a charm. It's got that vibe, a lucky twist in every stride.
Pokemon Crystal released in December of 2000 in North America, 2001 internationally, released by Game Freak. And it takes place after the Gold and Silver second generation Pokemon games, and it introduces the Battle Tower for the first time. So pretty awesome game. The sprites are beautiful, the animations. I got Chikorita, so that's awesome. And I also love Hoot Hoots, so I love catching those, both of those. And I'm just started playing it, and I do have the cartridge. My buddy gave it to me a while ago. Don't have the box or anything, but at least I have the cartridge, and it's awesome. I'm playing it through my analog pocket. Looks beautiful. For the first time, I love the second generation Pokemon games, so they are fun. And like I said, going through the Johto region, collecting, got to catch them all the Pokemon. So pretty awesome. I don't know what the legendaries in this one are, so you can leave it in the comments what they are if you remember. But definitely a great game. There was a mobile adapter. You could trade Pokemon. It didn't sell well, and it didn't come to North America. It was only in Japan. It was some kind of mobile attachment to the Game Boy Color where you could trade your Pokemon for the first time to the Game Boy Advance. So that was interesting. They were going to release it here, but it just didn't fall through, and sales didn't do well, so they canceled it. So anyways, that is it for Pokemon Crystal. So check it out if you haven't played it, because it is pretty awesome. I think it's on the Virtual Console on the 3DS.
I didn't want to try and force it with these next 2 picks, so here is number 8 and 9 together. Did you catch it? Try and force? Get it?
Released in 2001, here is Oracle of Ages, Legend of Zelda here. And there was also released Oracle of Seasons, so 2 different games in the Zelda series released the same year. And if you beat one game, you could get a password and use that in the second game and get a special ending. Now, the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, the difference between them is Oracle of Ages emphasizes on problem solving, while Oracle of Seasons focuses on action and combat. So definitely awesome games, definitely both worth playing. I've never beaten either one, but definitely if you love The Legend of Zelda, these are some great games. Now, they were released on the Virtual Console for the Switch, and in 2013 I believe they are also released on the Nintendo 3DS, and I think I have those too. So definitely awesome, definitely worth checking out and playing. Here is Oracle of Seasons. Now this is the one I owned back in the day. I have both now, but back in the day I only had Seasons, which was focusing on more action and combat. Back then I don't think I knew what the differences were. I just picked one of the two and picked it up and enjoyed it quite a bit. Never beat it though, got pretty far but never beat it, so definitely gonna have to work my way through both of these and check it out, because I know they are classics. And the sad thing is I do have the Virtual Console releases in 2013 on the 3DS, so I have no excuse of not beating it. And there's also the Switch, the Virtual Console, which I have those too, so I just got to get cracking. But I've been playing this on my analog pocket. I have the dock so I can hook it up to the TV, and it looks great. But definitely, if you love Legend of Zelda games, these are 2 great games, and Link's Awakening. They were all on the Game Boy Color and all ran fantastically, and Game Boy Color got some good Zelda games, man. So definitely check it out.
I promised that I would save the best game for last. Here is the best Game Boy Color game in my opinion, and that game is Dragon Quest 1 and 2. It was a huge treat to get this game on the Game Boy Color.
Dragon Quest is my favorite series. So Dragon Warrior was the first RPG that I ever played on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and my introduction to RPGs, and I loved every minute of it. So now there is this Game Boy Color version, and it is fantastic. It is enhanced visuals. They've reworked the gold and experience so you don't have to grind as much. They've changed the names back to the Japanese names. They've done little tweaks here and there on the menus to make it more streamlined, and it is a fantastic game. The graphics have been overhauled, sprites are much brighter and colorful. They did a fantastic job of bringing all the charm, so this is a very, very good version of Dragon Quest 1 and 2, so definitely worth playing if you haven't played it. And if you love the Dragon Quest games, I would highly recommend playing the very first one and second one, because they are fantastic, full of charm. They are a little grindy, but that's what you did back in the old days of RPGs, so you got to be into the retro mood to play them. This was released in 2001, and it was a very good game, and I love every minute of it. Do me a favor when you're playing this game, just when you go to one of the towns, don't spend all your money getting puffs. And for people who played it, they'll know what I mean. So save that money for weapons and armor and potions and such. But this is great. Find the fairy flute and save the day. Now, this is a great game, and I suggest anybody who loves retro RPGs go out there and play it. Before I forget to mention, it is also Super Game Boy compatible, so if you have the Super Nintendo, then you'll see enhanced graphics and enhanced features, so I'll have to check that out myself. Now, we saw 10 great games on this list, everything from Bionic Commando to Warlocked, which is a really awesome real-time strategy game, which is really pushing the system, to The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and my favorite, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which is awesome. Definitely a retelling remakes of the original 2, and fantastically done on the Game Boy Color. Now, if you like this video, then you're definitely going to like this one up here. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.